What's up, campers? Welcome to episode 6 of the Campthropology podcast. And today we are at Cosmic Bloom. If you watch any of my videos camping, if I'm ever drinking coffee, 100% of the time, it's Cosmic Bloom. Out there brewing it all kinds of ways. So we're going to get into some coffee today. We're here with the owners. We'll do some introductions. We got some snacks on the table. So you might like it, you might hate it, but we might ASMR munch on some stuff. But we're going to get into it. Right after this intro, we'll do the intros to everybody. All right, after a brief intermission, we're back. So should we just go like clockwise in the intros and I want to know about Cosmic Bloom as well, like your guys' history. I know we chat, like I literally sometimes can't come here to work because I'll just like chop it up for like 2 hours and then everybody's like, what'd you get done? I'm like, actually, I like plugged in my laptop and then that's all,
my laptop.
That's all that happened. Yeah. I come here to charge my laptop. So yeah, should we just go this way?
Sure. I'm Bree, and I'm co-owner of Cosmic Bloom.
I'm Omar. I am also a co-founder of Cosmic Bloom.
I am Lewis, and I am also co-owner of Cosmic Bloom.
Nice. And what did it like? So, opening up a coffee shop, I guess. Like, I feel like it's a lot of people's dream to do that. Like, how did it come about? So also too, full disclaimer. So your cousin is actually one of my best homies that I've known since I was like 3rd grade. And I didn't even know that the first time I walked in. And then I sent it. I was like, oh, you guys gotta check out this new shop.
Right. Yeah.
And then Anthony was like, oh, that's my cousin. I was like, no way. And the next time I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah, makes us automatic cousins.
Yeah. So did you guys like always want to open up a coffee shop or?
Yeah, I mean, I know, like, speaking for Omar and I think like since we got together, got married at least, which was like 8 years ago, we always had the dream. We wanted it to be like here in Vista too.
Nice.
Yeah. And then like with Lewis, I mean, been slanging them beans for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know Omar and I ever since he worked at Loose Leaf and I worked at the other coffee company over in Oceanside. We'd like see each other. That was like after we met and everything, but then we started talking about, like, he brought up wanting to do a shop here in Vista, and that fell through. But when we came here to Steel Mill and they were talking about closing and moving away.
This is like almost years later.
Yeah,
we meet back up to try to do something more.
Like much years, like at least like 4 years.
It's got to
later.
be 4 years.
And then I was like, well, what if we opened a shop where Steel Mill was?
Yeah.
And then I mean, the rest like just kind of happened like that.
Yeah.
Also, like Omar he told me, like, dude, I quit my job today. The day
oh, no way.
Texted him.
You're
that.
like, it has to happen.
I did. No, he
not even like that.
His job all like before we met.
Before we even talked.
You really?
I put just tons of stuff had happened at that job. It was in a different industry, super unhappy. Threw my month notice because I was like, fuck this. I'm just gonna throw my notice in. I'll figure out the rest later. Like,
dude, that's dope. We took the leap.
Dude. But then Lewis literally texted me that day when I was leaving work.
Yeah.
And we decided, like, I was just like, oh, perfect, dude. Perfect timing or something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah. He was like, I literally just gave let my work know that I'm leaving.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. Dude. That's like a line in the cosmos, no pun intended. Like, seriously.
A lot of,
but also like
pun
intended.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
A lot of these things have been cosmic for sure. What I even just like how just little things lined up to create this big thing, you know?
Yeah,
it was pretty, and we didn't have to force any of it.
Yeah,
which was the best part.
That's awesome. And you know, weirdly for me too, it's like I was talking to Lewis one of the days. Like I really liked Quaddle, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I loved these. And you were a roaster there, too, right? And so the first time, like, and I was just like, I'm not a connoisseur by any means, but like certain coffees I gravitate towards. And so I came in here, I was like, whoa, this is fucking really good. And prior to that, when you told me that you roasted it, I was like, dude, this makes perfect sense. Like it was so legit. And anytime I go out and I get coffee anywhere now, I try to get sourced from or like the general region. Because now I can definitely tell there's a distinct flavor.
Yeah, you like good shit.
Oh yeah. And like we talked about that a little bit, but I think that's part of like outdoor as well too. I mean, it's kind of like food or any like consumable, like everything starts outside, you know?
It's from the earth.
Yeah. It's from the earth and we bring it in and we give it back too in the same way. And even when you think about like regenerative farms or like coffee, like you have a certain way you picture it, even if it's done the best way possible. And then I don't even know why you had your laptop out one day, but I came in here and you're like, oh yeah, this is where we get our beans from. I was like, you're just showing me like rainforest. Like I'm not seeing anything. And you're like, no, dude, this is where it comes from.
Yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit more about like the region and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, definitely like going into like the coffee side of it on the farming end is like, you know, we try and get and be as sustainable as we can, you know, as like cheesy as that is nowadays to say, because like everybody can say that, but but working with producers who like are farming really clean and then also like doing innovative processing and stuff like that, like they're literally going into untouched land and just planting rows of coffee where they can naturally grow. Like there's no like really manipulation of the land. It's just basically like, this is where water falls, this is where shade hits, and like they just kind of know based off of like, I guess most coffee farmers have been in, it's like generations of knowledge that's just being passed down, you know, even from a sense to where they're not necessarily like looking at a calendar to grow or anything like that. They're literally like following the moon cycles. They're watching as soon as like that rain hits in May and it's the last full moon, that's when they plant like from the nurseries into the native soil.
Wow.
And so like I only know this like from the short, like just a few trips, like going and visiting the farms and just basically walking around and having them like dump all this knowledge on me.
Yeah.
And they're just like casually like, yeah, I mean, I guess like, you know, sometime around May, there's like a full moon, it'll rain, like
whenever it hits, we'll come out and, you know, do our thing.
Yeah. And then, you know, they're like super humble people. Like it is definitely like life-changing when you visit a place like that and you watch it just like naturally happen. Like you're just watching an ecosystem work.
Yeah.
You're like, this is insane. And then, you know, we're here just like casually drinking coffee.
I know, yeah. So like literally every time
around the world.
Since you showed me that video, every time I drink your guys' coffee, like I think of that in like my head. I'm like, wow, this is just like hanging out there, naturally growing, you know, like it's amazing. And it's also like Smithsonian bird.
Yeah, so that was like the big like Kodo coffee thing was the bird friendly farm.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one right now, like here we're currently sourcing from like a few different ones in Colombia, in Indonesia, like very also amazing parts of the world. But that specific one that you were looking at was a farm down in Chiapas, Mexico.
Okay,
it's a bird friendly certified farm, and they have basically like it just means that the tree's canopy is at a certain height and it remains untouched.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
like if you can send me some of those clips, I'll put a little bit in here so people can see, because like it literally doesn't, unless you know what you're looking for, you know what coffee looks like. It just looks like, dude, this is just like dense Jurassic Park brush everywhere. Like,
yeah, you know? And it feels like
a little tiny road. That's it. Just like zigzags throughout it. I was like, whoa, that's amazing. Yeah,
man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And so like I don't know what it is. The flavor of Cosmic Bloom, your guys' just process is one so unique, but I think also where it's sourced too, because obviously places have different temperatures, humidities, grows and stuff. But I don't know, how would you guys describe your coffee?
I mean, I think like from my point of view, one of the things that I like about specialty shops is usually you walk in and you can smell fermented coffee.
Yeah.
It has like a distinct smell where it's like kind of sweet, chocolatey, a little like fermented smelling, little boozy. And that's like, yeah, to me. So, I mean, we do kind of lean towards like here in the shop. I want everything on the menu is a fermented coffee.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we kind of lean
maybe
towards
that's where that flavor comes from that I'm always like, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you're picking up on the out of bounds flavor.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it.
And it's like, because I've always really, like I said, I'm not a connoisseur, but I was like, knowing I like good coffee. And like, when I noticed when I started drinking like market price coffee, like I was like, what the fuck is that? I want that. But it is so much more better of a coffee experience if you get something that's usually it's like pour over, right? Like pour over market price. But you guys have what's it called? Immersion. Yeah. And a lot of people always ask about camping coffee, and we were saying that the immersion could be pretty camp friendly too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So when you guys want to explain what the immersion process is?
I mean, it's another like style of brewing.
Yeah.
So like, espresso uses pressure to force water through a puck of coffee, and then a pour over. You're basically washing your coffee with water, and everything's like, it's just basically dissolving into your coffee underneath. So you're using gravity to extract, and then in immersion you are steeping. So we do clever drippers here in the shop, but immersion could also be French press is another example of immersion brewing. Cold brew is another example. Same with AeroPress.
Okay.
So
AeroPress is really popular with camping.
Yeah. It's like compact, it's plastic, it tastes good.
Yeah.
Like it's concentrated. But I think for all of us, we kind of lean towards immersion brewing. Like I know Bree could put down like more cold brew than anyone. Like I know, and like
for sure.
Yeah, honestly, it's like the brewing technique. Like there's it's just a level of like complexity. I feel like that comes from steeping your coffee.
Yeah.
Also, it tastes identical, like time and time again.
Oh, it's consistent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Yeah.
You don't have to fuss too much with your technique. So that's something we like to. We like the front end work is more of just getting the profile of what we want to get in the cup. And once you get that dialed in, I mean, it's the best way to go.
Pretty much going. And I mean, like, if there's any baristas like listening to this, when you're like, with a line and somebody wants a single serve brew, you literally just set it aside. You can get your vanilla lattes out and then like go back to it when it's ready.
And it's gonna taste just as bomb as
you can let it do its thing. It's like
exactly.
Because that's another thing too. I had a guest on last week and we talked about coffee for like half an hour, 45 minutes. But we're also saying like when we're camping out there, we're constantly fighting like temperature, elevation, because everything boils at different levels. Wind even too, because we were doing wind burners like on an uncontrolled environment. I feel like AeroPress, so it's the steeping process that'll give you a more consistent cup. Because pour overs are kind of everywhere up there. Sometimes it's like, whoa, what happened? Just like that. And I'm like, oh, we're like at freaking 6,000 feet and the water probably was too hot. At high elevations, it boils quicker, I think.
Okay, there's more pressure.
Yeah, and like for me, I used to carry the or less pressure, so the opposite.
Less pressure.
Yeah,
it takes longer to boil.
Longer to boil.
Got you.
Yeah,
and I think 'cause I used to carry the little thermometer thing, and so like at the campgrounds I frequent, I'm like, okay, so I basically bring it to a boil, and then I let it sit for 30 seconds, and that brings it to like the perfect temperature. It's like 103 ish.
Celsius
for
maybe.
Pour over.
It's more like
You want to go pretty
205.
203, like 203, 203. Yeah. But sometimes if I'm at different elevations, I'm like, dude, it's not the same. It's still good.
Yeah.
But I can definitely see when the consistency's not there, you get different flavors profiles of the coffee. Like
absolutely.
it can feel like stronger, not stronger.
Yeah, as someone
body-wise
who
and
is
stuff.
like the least coffee experienced person, I just like am experienced in drinking a lot of it.
Yeah.
Coming to like the immersion brew is like so foolproof almost. It's like so easy and accessible, and it like makes sense. Like, oh yeah, you evenly like steep, and like you just set it for this amount of time, and like all that stuff, and like that's what we use at home too.
Yeah.
I need to get, so with immersion, do you have to bloom it, or you just all in there at once?
You go all in.
All in.
Like
Oh,
here
that's
in
even
the shop,
easier.
we actually even do water first.
Oh, no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. and so that's why-
Controversy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Come
so
for
we
us.
do water first and then coffee, and
Yeah.
that's
Also,
so like
too, you guys compete, so don't give any secrets away.
Yeah. I mean, that's not the
Yeah,
secret
you
sauce.
can honestly watch. Yeah, you can watch like our competition videos, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah?
water first, and then because it's easier to filter at the
Yeah.
end of the brewing
Yeah.
cycle. Yeah.
That's amazing. So we're in between two competitions right now, right? I think.
Yeah, so we did prelims and qualifiers start next week.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's that like? Is it pretty intense? I can see it being
Yeah,
like
it's
pretty
pretty
intense.
It's
Yeah.
kind of insane. Like,
We've never experienced it.
Yeah, it's
we're
like
kind of experiencing all this like coffee
first time.
culture
Yeah.
on this side, the specialty vibes.
Yeah.
We're starting
yeah.
to see.
So it's but basically like the reasoning behind it is we're ultimately making ourselves vulnerable to judgment. Like,
Yeah.
but judgment up against the best, like the biggest companies. So obviously people who have like way more resources and have been at this for 20, 30 years.
Mhm.
Like we're competing
Wow.
against those people and being judged by the Specialty Coffee Association. So
Which the judges are obviously also well versed in.
yeah, so everybody's
like, a
certified.
sommelier.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So they're all certified. Judges have to go like through a certain process, but anyway, like ultimately, our goal is to do well so that it validates us on the same level as everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
as like the leaders of the industry,
Wow. That's amazing.
and so
And people
there's-
come from literally all over the U.S. or even more.
Dude,
beyond.
Yeah, so
beyond.
like the US one is like one thing, but after the US competitions, then it moves on to the world competitions.
Oh, no way.
So actually the single serve like brewing one is going to be held in the US,
Whoa.
which is in April in Chicago. So world one's going to be there, and then like I believe the barista, which is where our barista is going to be competing next week. The world one is like South Korea, and then the competition that I'm going to next month is in Denmark, the world one. So
Whoa.
first
Oh my
place in
God.
every category competes against everyone else.
Wow. So it's like what do they call it? Elimination? Like boom, boom, boom. And
Yeah,
then, like, it's like a
basically.
head-to-head at the
Yeah.
end. Are those open to the public?
Yeah, I mean, like to the once they like the qualifying and the prelim rounds are, once it gets into like the final rounds, like it's at a big expo, so you kind of have to pay to go to the expo.
That'd still be cool. Yeah, like a giant coffee expo, and that's just like it's just there. It's where they
It's
hold
in
it.
there, yeah. So
Where is it this year? Do you know?
this year it's
sorry.
in Chicago.
Chicago. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year, actually, like I think it was the week before we met to open the shop.
Mm-hmm.
It was the week before I competed.
Yeah, it
We
was.
both competed in Portland. So our barista and I, and that's where the expo was held.
Shout out, Lynn.
In towards
What up, Lynn? Best barista on the block.
Yeah,
Woo, woo.
dude, that's so deep. Do you guys roll like Cosmic Bloom swag like a freaking
Dude,
like,
I
out the
am
locker room like
about
boom,
to.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm
So-
going with Lynn to Houston next week, and so I like made sure I was like, so what's like your vibe, like
yeah,
the apron and everything.
yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but
Okay.
I got the tea on what the vibe's gonna be, and I was like, all right, all my shit that I'm bringing, all my clothes is gonna match. It's like gonna
Hell
be a vibe.
yes, hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Squat up.
Squat up
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, like custom. Dude, I'm even thinking like I'm a gear person, so like I'm thinking like custom little tools and like glasses and all kinds of like crazy shit like that. I mean, dude, that
we got
cup-
some cool shit coming.
Yeah, so you guys have an online shop,
Yeah.
right? So all the stuff you can get. What do you have available online?
Everything.
Right now we've got all 4 bean varieties, or coffee beans.
We sold out of shirts. Sold out. We're
Did
about to
sell
sell
out
out of mugs, so y'all better
Nice.
swoop.
Yeah, we got the cold cup from Created Co, which is super sick.
Shout out
It's
Noah.
the best cold cup I've ever used, like the
literally.
travel cup. Yeah.
Like they're like literally ice like the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They're bomb.
If it falls over, like it really, because when I'm camping, I just have shit everywhere in my car.
Yeah.
Sometimes my cup holder's full of like batteries and shit, so I just throw the cup on top, and it fell over the other. And I was like, oh, like one tiny drip came out, and I was like, dude, this is with the straw in there. And it's obviously you can't plug a straw.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, this is legit.
That was also my favorite feature because I'm also spilling everything all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel graceful with this cup.
I know. Yeah. I'll never look like a fool of this cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang.
But I even use it as my hot. Obviously, I take the lid off, but like hot mug too in the mornings when I'm camping and stuff too, and it's just as good.
It's a good insulator for sure.
Yeah, feels good. The design is good too. Like I used to have a screen t-shirt printing company, so I'm really picky about prints.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, this thing was like registered perfectly. Like it's flawless, dude.
Dude, should I grab one?
Yeah, dude. Let's see. Yeah, right there. I'm gonna give you the light over here.
Spotlight.
Oh yeah. Pick yours up at cosmicbloom.com.
Yeah, Cosmic Bloom Coffee.
Coffee.com. Dude, there you go. That could be the centerpiece.
Nice.
It's super. Okay, so also the name Cosmic Bloom. Who came up with it? What does it mean? And your slogan too. You gotta hit the slogan.
Yeah. So basically, like right before opening the shop, I started to work on like branding for a coffee company where I wanted everything to just be coffees that are basically non-conventional. So everything that kind of steered away from the big like commercial coffees. Obviously, like everything that is only available seasonally and for a limited amount of time. I'm like super into like limited drop stuff.
Oh yeah,
like art pieces and but anyway, I started like working on branding. Cosmic Bloom specifically actually is a song by a band that I was into. It's but what it was is like a coffee perspective. So just looking, basically sharing like our coffee experience. Yeah, where we will like receive, maybe like, I don't know, last time we cupped coffee with our importer, it was like 12 different coffees on this table.
Whoa.
I like to call it, we're like the Roasters Cafe. Like kind of like if you are
I like that. Yeah.
kind of into it on a deeper level, you can come here and definitely be at least have your interest piqued by like the Captain Black or something like that.
Yeah, that's the wine barrel one, right? That was the first one I had in the immersion here. Yes. Dude, that thing is bomb.
Yes.
Dude, and when we put it in the cold brew, like that's why I can slam so much cold brew because it's like so tasty. Yeah. And I just like keep going. Oh my gosh. It's it's like nothing you've ever tasted. Like I can't make it any like clearer to like people when I'm like, come taste this coffee. It's literally like nothing you've ever tasted.
Juicy fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made some today actually. Like the first immersion we made today, I like smelt it and it was like grape soda, and I was like,
yeah,
what the hell is going on?
Dude, getting the smells on the immersions when we make them for other people is like so sick. It's like so satisfying.
We take a little whiff before we clean up.
Sometimes they look at us weird because we're like, smell this. We're smelling like their filter after we
we're taking the filter, bringing the filter, like, look at it.
Yeah, we're like, smell this, and we're all like smelling.
They like think twice. They're like, wait, did they give us the trash or the coffee?
And we're like
passing it around back there. Yeah, like, maybe you think I'm like a celebrity or something.
I'm like,
coffee's the celebrity here.
Yeah, yeah. The filter smell. You know what's so funny about this? So camping as well. Another thing that I use the grounds for, which is my audience knows that epic poo view is my thing. Everybody's always concerned about smell when you're dispersed camping and packing out your poop, literally. Yep. Throw the grounds in the bag. It literally cuts the smell almost like nothing. It's so weird.
I believe it.
And we even have like little, it's basically like lemon scented stuff you put in that makes it like a jello and supposed to be, that stuff doesn't work as good as just straight grounds. It's crazy. Yeah. It completely, and I mean, there's like, like drug people used to like hide sense of coffee, right? And I was like, dude, this is like the ultimate hack.
Coffee is your friend.
Yeah, it'll smell good too. But this is what I always ask. You know, when you go to perfumes or colognes, you smell coffee in between each one.
Yes.
When you're smelling all the coffee, what do you smell in between each coffee?
I mean, well, basically, like
There's a real answer to that. That's kind of like,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we don't like smell different things, but when you strategically cup coffees, like to where, you know, we have maybe all washed coffees on one side, all fermented coffees and experimentals on the other side.
Yeah, you kind of like save the weird ones, like.
Yeah, and ultimately, like when you're cupping coffee, you're not like gonna be like, you're looking for distinction, so you're not gonna be like smelling and tasting stuff that tastes all the same. It's literally like from one to the next, you're like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Sometimes we like look at each other and are just like, wait, what?
And so, what's a cupping?
Oh, for sure. Well, that's where we like when we had that last one, you said it was like about 12. So we literally had like bowls of water and then like the coffee, and then like when we grind the coffee, you get your dry smells in. Like you smell the grounds, like even before we've done anything with them, we've just like ground them. Take notes on that. Everyone's like, I mean, generally encouraged to like take notes, especially if there's like a lot going on. And then like from there, you let it steep into the water. You can get your wet smells in, like as that goes through, and then
onboarding our coffee almost. Like we take in, like Bree was saying, you take in all these different flavors at different stages, and it kind of reveals something different to you each time.
Okay.
And I think when we get like multiple coffees, I was just thinking about it, it's like we don't really hit anything in between because we are kind of, it almost helps that there is like that middle tone in the coffee. Yeah. Because that's what brings out the other flavors in the like the consecutive.
I mean, you can like sense the, like you were saying, Lewis, like sense the distinctions between the different coffees. Like what makes it washed versus not, or whatever, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And so this is when you guys are selecting coffees to carry in the shop.
Yeah.
That's how you select.
It's basically like cupping, as like a definition, is the industry standard of evaluating coffee.
Okay.
So every single roaster like across the US is cupping coffee.
Okay.
So when we receive samples, like we literally got samples today of stuff that's available for 2024, because coffee harvests are between like January to about February. So samples are landing in the US like next week.
From 2023 January, February?
No, from 2024.
It's that quick of a process from harvest to...
some of the stuff that like early harvest stuff, obviously other ones aren't going to be available till like the summertime. Yeah. But at least some are coming in that are like samples. So we got some, we're going to roast and cup them, and then you just like evaluate on, basically like you want to have them next to each other, so you're like, it 100% like that's the one we want. This one slaps.
So do you go back? So do you go back to it? Because I'm thinking like the journey linearly is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you go back, and then is it like, all right, these two? How did these two work together? And so it's also a selection of like, these three are good individually, but also taste the best as like, if to have as like a whole little family of beans in the shop. Like y'all taste good.
That's exactly how we do it. Like it. Well, we think about it more of like sweet, floral, nutty.
Right. You want to like hit all the notes.
Hit like the different people's palates. So Captain Black is just insanely sweet. It's like very juicy. Very fruit forward, and then Flores is like a very like developed coffee is what I say. It's basically tastes like dried fruit. Nuts and like.
You get that aroma too, for
spices, and then
Flores Carticas,
like a very light, delicate floral. So we're just trying to like have very clear distinction between, because we'll have some other ones that are like good and floral, but you're like, but this one is when you think about like light and floral, it's like that's the one that you think about.
All the time. Would you say that's your guys' favorite? Do you guys have a favorite of what you carry right now?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, like,
I'm sure we all have
Yeah, I love Captain Black like in the cold brew. Like it's got my heart forever and ever.
It's
But
got
like
honeybee in there too.
yes,
Mm.
and it's like our funkiest one. It's like the weirdest one, which makes it like really sick. But I remember the Pegasing when we first cupped like all these things.
So
I was
good.
like, holy shit! Like,
It was
what is
amazing.
that? And it was
Yeah.
so good. And I kept going back to it and being like, this is the goat. Like I was like, I want this in our shop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the Pegasus.
And I was
for
like,
sure.
yeah, I was really hyped on it. So that one is one that's probably like still my favorite. Like even when we have it at home and just
Yeah.
like brew it in the clever like immersion style, it's like, oh my god, it's such a good like cup of coffee.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just so good.
I think I like the Pegasing. I don't know what it is. I've actually only camped out camping the Captain Black and the Pegasing. I don't know. I wonder if it's obviously like being out around like pine smell too.
Yeah.
Something
Oh,
about the
man.
Pegasing just like pops off,
I
man. I don't know what
bet.
it is.
I bet.
Like that. I don't like that floralness. Like when you're around outside.
Yeah, maybe. Like
Definitely.
I think the aromas like maybe like when you fresh brew it and then like the clean air is like hitting it,
Yeah.
kind of adding to that.
Dude, would you say that flavor? I sometimes get like strawberry, like the strawberry shortcake vibes.
Yeah.
Does that kind of pop out, the fruity smell?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a fruity, but it's also like a. I guess that you were saying it's like citrus, but you said something one time. I was like, that's what it is. It's not like acidic. It's like
Yeah, just more like sweet. I'd say
Yeah.
that one to me is very like tropical fruit.
yeah,
Tropical.
yeah. That's what it's kind of
not-
like.
It's kind of like a weird like coconut pineapple like
Mhm.
kind of mixture, like
It takes you on a
like
tropical
a
vacation.
daiquiri.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely the pineapple. I can definitely get a little pineapple. So I'm sure you got a little.
Mhm.
Maybe
that
that's why
there.
I like it so much because I can't
Pineapple.
have citrus in like my everyday diet.
It is a little
Like
more
citrus.
citrus.
Yeah. And you really feel like my favorite thing is like take the first sip and then like breathe out through your nose,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then after that, as like you get like the full. It's like
You're a
during
natural
everything.
connoisseur of coffee.
yeah.
Well, it's just like literally what I do out when I'm camping, you know, like because like I don't know, it's literally like a ritual for me. Like I love making
Just about
coffee
to ask.
camping, like all the time. Like I wake up and like I look forward to it, like all the
Nice.
time, you know, like and I have, like I said, I don't have it as controlled an environment as I used to, but now I kind of like it's like, oh, whoops, put a little more than I should have. Like the water's not right. Like, then you can
Yeah, you might run into something that you're into.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, like the weird different flavors and stuff. And I just got this thing called a lily drip.
Oh.
I was telling you about
Who
it
is
Louise,
she?
last time. It's like it's like this little for pour overs. It's like this little cone. It looks like a butt plug. I'm not gonna lie, like a little butt plug, and you basically turn the filter inside out. Or you first you put it inside the you know the filters are like this for pour overs. There's a
Yeah.
little cone. You put it in the cone, and you have this other piece that you go and you unfold you basically turn it inside out. So when you
Perforated?
put it in there, yeah, perforated.
No, you prolapse.
No. Penetrated? What? basically, when you put the coffee in, it's like a little volcano instead of coming to a point.
Oh.
Yeah. I just
Oh.
I get lost on coffee TikToks sometimes. Like, well, this like I feel like there's a huge difference in the
Yeah.
flavor because it definitely goes through faster as well. And because they said like a lot of times, especially when you're camping in this pour over, if you don't have the right grind, it all gets stuck at the point.
Mhm.
So like it slows it down. And so I can definitely taste the difference for sure. That's one thing I'm sure about is there's a difference between using the lily drip, I think it's called, and then just regular. So I love using it. And people are always like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "Just shut up."
I'm brewing coffee with a butt plug. Okay.
I'm like,
We're treating her nice.
yeah.
Don't judge my methods.
yeah. But I gotta do like a side by side of all your beans when I'm camping one time and like see like
That'd
a
be
cupping,
super
Dude,
interesting.
outdoor cupping.
Outdoor cupping,
Outdoor
dude.
cupping one day, and then like the next
That's
day
the next
would be
one.
sick
Yeah.
to do like a blind taste test of different brewing methods with like the
Oh,
same
yeah.
beans.
Also, you
Yeah.
are more than welcome to come down to
Dude,
Yeah,
I am
for a cupping,
100%
yeah.
down.
next
I'm
time we
100%
have
down.
one.
Yeah, I would freaking love that. Do you guys do them in the evening? You
No.
wired all night?
We do them kind of like during shop time.
Okay,
honestly.
perfect. Yeah.
You can
It's
also like just like wine tasting, like spit out your
Yeah.
Oh, people do that. Yeah.
your
It's like,
taste. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of coffee.
There's
on
a
how
lot
much
of
you're
caffeine.
Yeah.
Because it's just
I bet.
it's just coffee ground steeping in water. So you
So
take
it's
a
a
little
lot.
spoonful off
Yeah.
the top. And
Yeah, we're not even like filtering it. You're just like,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's just like chilling in the water.
So you're drinking it with the grounds in there?
Well, you don't drink it. You just
You use a
clean the top
spoon.
off and then just hit it with the spoon.
The grounds kind of fall
yeah,
down, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like they get more saturated.
Yeah.
So then you just kind of skim off the top a little bit.
Do you read grounds?
dude, no,
Mm.
but I want to. I should.
That would be dope.
I know. I just like, I guess they'd be sick to put something on the menu where it's like your coffee's gonna come with fucking grounds in it, and then I'll read them afterwards.
Yeah.
Free reading
Or-
with grounds.
Yeah.
No, like seriously, that'd be super dope.
I think that would be sick.
Or like, I don't know, like it'd be. I wonder because you know how they have like charts, right?
Yeah.
If like you just started noticing consistent shapes in the charts and like whatever you were reading, you could like so you can just like have it up so people like at the end. you're
Oh
like,
yeah.
That's
oh shit!
sick.
You know, like
Yeah.
It's just like,
I'm gonna
don't
die.
say anything.
Yeah.
I'm never coming here again.
That'd be
That-
crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
that'd be super cool because people read coffee grounds like tea leaves.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I'm aware of like reading tea leaves, which I've also never done, though I did also work at the Loose Leaf.
Mhm.
But yeah, coffee grounds would be
Yeah.
dope.
Dude, also that tea drink you guys have,
The tonic
the
one.
oh,
Hooked on tonics.
dude, literally, I could probably drink a gallon of that. Like,
Super refreshing.
and you guys are gonna have
Same.
working with Loose Leaf to have a tea for you guys because a lot of people were asking too on my TikTok. Do they
Yeah.
have teas too? I was like, and that was literally the week I came in and you told me about it. Is that
That was
available on the
sick.
website yet?
Not yet.
Not
man.
yet.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's in store only. But
Yeah.
we'll have to do it again, or I'll just like I'll mark it up. Hey, all right, hit me up. I'll send it to you guys.
Yo, the black
The
market.
black market. Yeah, yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'm super about teas too.
Yeah.
Is it kind of the same finesse as like a cup of coffee? Is it a little bit more leeway, or is it like it's like obviously like the right brew temps and everything, but
There's some definitely some
nuance?
finesse and
Yeah.
nuance that goes
I'd say it's
into
pretty
it.
similar.
You could there's no roasting process per se, so
Uh-huh.
it doesn't really like go into like a transformative process like coffee does, I would say. But it's more of like the classic like you're dealing with chemistry on a different level,
Yeah,
like working with like with the earth too.
Yeah,
But it's the same but different. It has like a much more like gentle process, I think.
okay,
Like even in the extraction of it, you know.
yeah.
it's
'Cause I think that I mean like is it still called a cupping when you're doing teas?
you could,
Do you
yeah,
know, kind of like the
I
same
mean,
thing.
for sure. Because on that front, you definitely want to see what's going on in the
Yeah.
each herb and kind of like I don't know if it goes that deep in tea. We were in the industry like on a not super inside level,
Yeah,
so not as much as like here, right?
Mhm.
I think I see a lot more attention to detail in coffee
yeah,
than I do tea.
yeah.
Really, I just don't think it's. I don't know. As
I feel like tea is more like organically of the earth, and you kind of like work with the, you know, you let the herbs tell you like what they're gonna do in your
Yeah.
tea kind of deal, and then
Yeah.
like flex from there.
it's also for like health properties too.
Right,
like
right.
It's like a direct, more for like a healing kind of experience. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, in my experience, like, which I didn't even drink tea until I met Omar, honestly.
Dude, same. I didn't drink tea until I started working for the Loose Leaf.
And I was like, dude, I don't like tea. And he was like, oh, try this chamomile mint. And I just like wasn't even thinking about it. I just like drank it and was like, wait, this is tea? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's actual flavor here. But I think like it's just more forgiving when you're brewing.
That's true. I
tea.
can see that. Yeah.
Like, because
Yeah.
I don't mind it being like a little stronger or a little weaker, like
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
and there. But coffee's like you only have one go at it, first of all.
Is it like baking versus cooking? I don't know, like
Probably,
dude.
yeah.
That's a great
Yeah.
way to put it. Actually,
Yeah.
Because I mean, like we cook the beans.
Dude,
yeah.
But for real, that's
Yeah.
definitely a
Okay.
great way to
One's
put
like a consistent science. If you a little off, you're gonna taste the difference. One's like a little this, a little that.
Yes.
Feel like this. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Dude, yeah.
Because me and Shelby were thinking about she found some place where it's basically like it's like a tea shop. I think she actually went with one of her coworkers, and it's kind of like a tasting, which is kind of like a cupping. Would you say it's a cupping?
Mm-hmm.
And they give you like 4 different teas, and then like there's a little pamphlet about each one, and then super expensive. She brought back like a super expensive thing of tea, and I was like, damn, this is good though.
Yeah.
And I ordered like one of those little like tea sets that are like, I don't know, my TikTok was like in Instagram was like flooded with them. Comes in like a little case. And the little cups are literally like as big as this light though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, dude, this is just American. I'm like, where's my giant cup?
Yeah.
Like,
Where's my gallon of tea?
where's my gallon?
Dude, where's the big gulp?
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, what the heck is going on?
What I love about tea is that almost in the same, like how I equate like a cup of coffee can taste different at different temperatures. There's different
Totally.
you can steep a tea all day and you will get different flavors. And you can add to it or like change it however you want.
Yeah.
And it has like, I guess like mileage may vary in those different kind of like zones,
Yeah.
But it's like, I think it's cool that it comes in like that little cup because you can just keep adding to it.
And I think so too. And I was like, wow, it's nice to have it at whatever temperature you want. So like when it's a big volume, it's like you just kind of got to go with whatever temperature is dropping, but you can just fill it up. Or because it'll put 2 different cups, like have one for not ice, but like cool down tea, and like one and keep pouring the hot one. That's what I ended up doing because I like to taste it cold and hot at the same time. I don't think I've tasted any of them iced, but
probably bomb.
Yeah, it goes
super bomb.
Like I didn't realize, like, you guys know Ranch 88, that like Asian market there. They sell this Thai tea, but obviously there's no condensed milk in it. It's just the Thai tea. It is so good. It's just like it's basically what they do before they pour in the condensed milk. That's like my favorite. It's a black tea.
it's like the espresso version of like a latte.
It's just like it's like straight up. It's good iced too and hot, but like iced is like really good.
I've never had those.
Really? Shoot, I'll bring some. I think I have some. Maybe I'll bring some by.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I think also the difference between like tea and coffee, like in vibe and stuff like that too, is like tea, like you're saying, is like so gentle. Like you can have it like any temperature. You can like kind of like mess with it. And coffee, everyone I feel like is like they need something from their coffee. They're very like demanding of their coffee. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Rather than just like
you
were saying about like even in the process too, it's more about working with the flavors that are there rather than trying to like get it to be something.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's like poetic right there. the teas and stuff like that. And so your guys' blend will be like a hibiscus.
I mean, we just have like the hibiscus peppermint, which is like I've had a tea with those 2 in it, and so I just went and was like, I want these 2 herbs.
Yeah.
And then like obviously like it goes really hard with like maple syrup.
Yeah.
The sweetener in it.
Yeah. With the tonic.
Yeah.
Dude.
With the Topo Chico in it.
It's so good. I can't. You guys should sell it by the gallon. I would literally buy it every week.
We're gonna do tall cans.
That'd be amazing.
I'd be so down.
Dude, can you do that? How like just get like a canner, like breweries have that like canner on the bar.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that would be dope.
That would be super cool.
Because you can even can cold brew, right? I guess the same thing.
Oh yeah,
dude. Yeah,
some tea and some tall boys.
Yeah, don't think we haven't thought about it.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
dude. I've always wanted to do like you know how some like Guinness has the like ball in it. I want to do that with coffee for sure.
That'd be dope. Cool. Yeah.
It has like that ball, not like
you're supposed to. Yeah, and you're supposed to like let it sit, like foam up completely, and like
wow.
Do you know what that ball does?
I don't.
Is it like a bear?
Like to spray
it's magic.
Yeah, spray paint can. Yeah.
I have no idea what it does though.
Yeah, I think it has to. It's supposed to like make it taste like draft. Yeah, something like that. It's like is it a nitrogen thing?
It's it is nitrogen infused. Like it's not like carbon CO2, but I think the ball helps with like the aeration out.
The suds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys on TikTok?
No.
Oh, dude, this guy from Boston was like viral video of him drinking this Guinness, and it looked so fucking good, dude. He's like, it's like the video is like literally 5 minutes long, and he pops it, and he's like from Boston, so he has this like accent, like, you guys, you gotta bless your beers, you gotta bless your beer, and like pours it, and then like literally just watch because it's all that head, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you gotta wait for it. You just gotta wait for it. It's gonna be so worth it. Like literally for 5 minutes, and at the end, he has this like little stance where he like sticks his foot out, and he's like. Literally viral, and I was like, "Dude, why?" I literally had a Guinness that week. I'm like, "Was he a plant?
Damn.
This is like a some kind of ad
Influencer at work.
I know, shit. I was like,
You were
"Dang,
influenced.
dude." I was 100%,
Amazing.
And I haven't had a Guinness in like probably like 10 years.
No,
prior
why
to
would
that.
you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they
Do
hit?
you not like Guinness?
Did they hit?
So they do hit
with dinners.
You gotta be in the mood.
Yeah,
for it.
when
Yeah,
you're in the
yeah,
mood,
yeah.
I feel like it's a winner beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be ice cold for sure. in
And
the
you have
mood.
to do that same pose that guy did
Yeah, dude, yeah, 100%.
for it to go down smooth.
It feels better like that, you know. It feels like he has the whole, posture and everything.
You got to treat it with some, respect.
Yeah, exactly.
The brew.
you got
Some
to
respect.
wait for it. It takes
Yeah.
let it foam. Do you guys drink coffee all day?
Yeah.
I started at like 6:30 and I'm drinking
Haven't
coffee
stopped.
now.
Yeah.
Do you sleep just fine?
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, if I'm up at night, it's not from the coffee.
It's not the
Yeah,
coffee
no.
that's keeping me up at night.
Exactly.
It's the anxiety.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with coffee.
Yeah. No, it's not the coffee, but it's coffee.
And it's definitely not the coffee giving us the anxiety.
Yeah. Coffee calms it down, really. Yeah.
The coffee
Literally.
is the treat.
The
For
coffee
sure.
is what aligns with my chakras. So
Yeah. Dude, because one time, like 2 years ago, I was brewing cold brew at home, and I was talking to you about how I did it. I just I got a burr grinder, and I literally hand burr grind like a whole fucking bag, and then I would put it in like a gallon, and I was getting like distilled water from like Fraser Farms, and I'd let it sit there for like 24 hours, and then I would double filter it, and then I was literally drinking that nonstop. And because I feel like with cold brew, like I heard for people it doesn't give you like a heartburn, like you can drink
it's
more of it.
less acidic.
Yeah. So I was like, because usually before, like if I drink like coffee before breakfast, I'm like, oh dude, I gotta either eat something or go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
no.
cold brew was just
Cold brew
all
is so
day.
smooth.
And like one time I was just sitting there and I was like, what's going on? Like I was like having a heart palpitation. I was like, yeah, I didn't drink any water today, and I probably had like 4 or 5 of these, and it was like 2 o'clock. I was like, dude, it was bad. So I'm so dehydrated. I was like, oh my
It
god.
just goes down too smooth.
I know. I was like
Yeah.
peeing. It's like dark yellow, and it smells like coffee too. Like your pee literally smells like coffee. I'm like,
You're
it
like-
smells like
Dang,
Coming
catching the
with a
chemics.
pee,
Yeah.
you guys must know. Like your first
Oh,
coffee,
yeah.
your first pee after coffee in the morning, it smells like coffee still.
I think it's just all day. Like,
That's all.
I'm drinking.
Like,
Dude, I haven't noticed anything.
You guys can't even make a distinction anymore. it's like all day like that. Well,
yeah, no, I had like Lewis was saying, like I drink a lot of cold brew, but recently Omar and I had COVID and I wasn't drinking cold brew because I wasn't
Mhm.
getting it from here. So we were just like making coffee at home, and just like 4 days of not having cold brew. The next time I had it here, and I think I just had one, and usually I'll have like 3.
Yeah.
And I think I just had one in like the middle of the day. I was up until like 3 a.m.
Yeah, like a tolerance break.
Yes,
And then you're like,
yeah.
boom.
Yeah,
Whoa.
but I'm
So it
building
still
it back
works,
up.
guys.
You already caught up.
I'm coming back. Yeah, like no, I can but I can still hit like espresso or lattes like all day. So like,
Yeah.
I can have like lattes or cappuccinos in total of like 6 espresso shots a day.
Yeah. Dang.
Coffee keeping you up at
Plus
night is a
maybe
construct, man. Don't
Yeah,
believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah. They're just fooling us.
That's not-
That's what they want you to think.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're keeping you up at night.
Yeah. It's the 5G.
Yeah,
Also, too, if you hear some buzzing in the mics, because
Oh yeah.
it's the 5G.
it's the 5G.
We're at the shop.
It's on now, though, right? I can't
Yeah.
hear it at all now.
Yeah, it's
where'd it go?
The FBI, they just cut out. They're like, "Oh, we'll catch it later."
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we need.
We
to
got
listen to
flagged for-
these. We don't have to worry about these people.
They've heard it up.
Yeah. You got flagged for the cocaine coffee hiding remark thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Now I have to mark this as explicit. Hell yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, do you guys want to wrap up? We can keep going.
Dude, I was just gonna ask you, like, is there coming at it from like the camping side, is there like, do you have some coffee campers out there?
Oh, dude, almost it's coffee and beer. It's weird. People love their coffee and beer when camping. All the
Damn.
time. Everybody, usually people, but I get like it's more about like gear too. But yeah, almost everybody that camps loves coffee. There's something about coffee. And honestly, when I camp too, my favorite is like having a nice cup of coffee and like a cigarette in the morning outside. Dude, there's nothing like it, dude.
We do it here.
Yeah, yeah.
That's breakfast.
That's the vibe.
No, like I don't know what it is,
barista
man.
breakfast.
Yeah, seriously. Like even when I was hiking, when I was like back in like 2016, I always had good coffee. I've had every single type of hiking pour over type coffee. I would always bring my jet boil. I wouldn't bring it. I pre-grind, but even when I was hiking, and I'd always bring cigarettes when I would hike. Back in the day, I don't hike anymore, but still, like, yeah. When I camp, so I love having like a cigarette with my coffee.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Gave up that nasty habit of hiking.
Yeah. Camp the coffee and cigarettes. Yeah,
They can't be the cigarette. They wouldn't do you like tough shit.
Yeah. But I don't know. Is there something about like? So that would be something interesting to see too. Like culturally, where does that like tobacco, coffee, but from like cowboy? You know, you think of like cowboy coffee. Yeah, it's just like cigarette, nicotine, caffeine, coffee, and tobacco.
It complements
the
itself.
fact that like one takes you up and the other
Yeah, you're just trying to find the balance, man. Like right at the top of the day.
and you just ride that the rest of the morning.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Get you to lunch, yeah. But no, camping's the only time we'll all brew coffee all day. Like I'll do like a morning one for sure. I love same thing again, like afternoon, like golden hour coffee.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like so. If you watch all the videos when I'm posting you guys stuff, it's either in the morning or at golden hour, almost all the time.
Yeah,
and even like a night coffee too.
Yeah.
Like
for all of the coffee heads, we are going to be giving away like some Alto cold brews, the company that actually has the filters, all the gear that we use in the shop.
Yeah,
they also make like travel size, home sized like
they're
containers,
perfect for at home.
Yeah, so we teamed up with Alto because they're super cool homies from Riverside, and we're gonna give away a couple kits like on social media.
Oh, hell yeah!
It comes with like a 1 gallon pitcher, a pack of like I think it's like 50 filters.
Yeah,
and then we're gonna hook somebody up with some coffee and with one of these guys right
dude
here.
You guys open tomorrow?
Yep.
Maybe I'll come in and I'll do some film and I'll do like a whole like dedicated post.
Yeah, definitely. So I think we'll go like live with that on, what did we say, Monday?
Oh yeah, Monday. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
So on Monday, and it'll be open for a little while, so definitely like scope the social media pages.
Yeah, and I'll
at Cosmic Bloom Coffee.
At cosmicbloomcoffee.com. Yeah. And you guys have the cups on there too, right?
We have the
Yeah.
cups.
People are asking
for sale, but like we're gonna be giving away a cup with each one of the like travel
kits. Oh, hell yeah. Am I exempt because
No,
Not at
you
all.
can get in there.
Not at all.
I was like, chill, all my homies are like, you guys, somebody has to win this shit for me. Yeah.
It is allowed. You can totally do that.
Yeah, that'd be great because, like I said, it's also too like there's two schools of coffee drinkers with camping. A lot of people like having it not making it there. So like a lot of people do cold brew and they'll throw it in the cooler, or if they have a fridge, they'll throw it in the fridge. Or one of my friends, she said she even has the cold. I don't know if it's like a glass thing that it's like a cold. It's supposed to go in the fridge for cold brew, but she puts it in her camping fridge and has cold brew like that,
like a growler or something.
Yeah. But I think the grounds are like in there and it's like a spout.
Oh yeah, I mean they
similar.
have like different like bottles where it has like a built-in filter.
Yeah, that's
the grounds are in there.
Yeah. And then there's those weird instant coffee people. I'm like,
We have
The
to save
special
them.
kind. Yeah.
some people, I'm gonna give some a try because some people swear by some of them, and I'm like,
Those people are
Dude, we'll put that on the
Block,
cupping
block,
table.
block.
yeah.
That's
mean-
yeah.
No, I mean honestly, like like you said, throw it on the table. We'll see if it
Yeah.
tastes better.
Yeah.
Like in the end of it, like if something tastes better to somebody else, like we never like will like discredit anybody's brewing or anything like that. It's like you know, you might just be insane, and that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, people
We
are
are
also
also
insane.
insane.
People are allowed to have bad taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instant coffee is like contentious. Like it's I think we have some friends that are trying to elevate instant coffee, but is it really that like easy?
How much easier?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not that much easier than just like, I know it's a little more gear, or it's as easy as just grinding it and putting it in a cold brew filter. You can love yourself.
Yeah.
I think we have like I think it's like you get to a certain point where you're like, this shouldn't be this hard to like. Like, you know, like even when like sometimes I'll get coffees and the terms will be like amazing. Like it'll be like an Ethiopia heirloom, like crafted with a Colombian varietal in a carbonic maceration process. And you're like, you think about it and you're like, this is going to be amazing. And then you cup it and you're like, you really want to like it, but you really don't. And it's just like,
you're just like,
sometimes
this is cheeseburgers.
Yeah,
like,
it shouldn't be this hard to like.
Yeah.
You got to be like first go like 100% down.
You got to be it's like love at first sight. Or
Yeah,
that makes sense. What do you guys think of this? I was kind of mad. This is what happened. I went to another coffee shop.
Tell us the tea.
Because I actually had to get stuff done, so I was like, I can't go. I'm not gonna get shit done if I go there. I'll tell you guys off air, but I went over there and I got a market price pour over, and it comes in like a little, fucking little tray, like a little card, and tells you about the coffee and stuff. But it was in a paper cup. And it was like $12. And the guy's like, sorry, we ran out of mugs. And I was like, what?
Damn.
I was like, I just paid $12 for this cup of coffee.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, my bad. I was like, the next one will be on the house then. He's like, oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, for sure. I'm like, yeah, dude, what the fuck? Like, and I know that sounds pretentious, but also too, a lot of my followers know my favorite. I have this weird masochistic relationship with coffee where I got into good coffee knowing if the baristas were like super mean to me. I love that shit.
Oh yeah, that's how you know it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
it's that first barrier.
Yes. Like
there's like you find there's one of our homies does like coffee memes, and he's like, I find comfort when I know the baristas don't have to make it for me.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah,
dude. That's how we don't just filter coffee; we filter people too. It's the pre-screen.
Yeah, for real.
Like straight up, like I like what my first experience with like a barista like that. I think I asked for like half and half, or like so like a flash of something. And he straight up looks at me and I was like, I'll give it to you on the side. And I was like,
respect, respect, for sure.
I was like, shit. So that's when I was like, that was my first. I think that was my first market price pour over. And I'm always like that too.
And you asked for cream.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
That's usually
You're painting the picture.
I think we have all said that exact same thing in that exact same tone.
Yeah.
Where people are like,
when
can
people
I get
have ordered
milk in this?
an immersion.
I'll give it to you.
What we usually say is, give it a taste first.
Yeah.
100%.
Because it's more often than not, we will put the like the half and half or some other disgusting
I'll
thing
put it on the side.
Yeah.
like not like in a cup,
Yeah, I don't
and
think
then
I have
be
ever
untouched,
put anything into that.
We would send him over to the cafe next door. I'm like, we don't even.
Yeah. One time we had probably the most unhinged happening with an immersion brew here. It was insane.
It legit made my skin crawl.
Someone was like popping off.
Well, he got an immersion of, was it Captain Black?
It was Captain Black.
Captain Black.
Our most primo coffee.
Yeah. And it's a full on, and it was for here. It's a full on tasting experience with like the plating and everything.
Oh yeah.
Seemingly, this person was enjoying it too, as is.
And then asked for every kind of syrup to be added. He was just like, "What kind of flavor like syrups do you have?" So we go down the list. We're like, "Well, vanilla, maple bourbon, and then was it the honey at the time, or did we have a different one?" And he was like, "That they all sound so good. Throw them all in."
What?
Yeah.
Like a suicide of syrup?
Yes.
Dude, yes.
And then added cream.
And on top of that, added some cream.
After he was like
I literally
halfway
was
done.
like,
Yeah.
No, for real. I was like physically like.
I left my body. I was just
No,
like,
for real.
okay.
For real.
Oh my, no, I mean, so I think that's another thing too that I didn't realize that most people, and I've seen people come in when I'm here and they want the creamy milky. I feel like here and it's like most people that drink, like I don't even consider that coffee. Like I like it, it's good, but if I'm gonna get something like that, like Starbucks, I'm like, it's not even like in my. It's like I might as well be getting like a milkshake.
It's like a dessert. It's a dessert.
Exactly. It's not even.
It's like a snack.
It's not gonna hit my coffee itch, and it's not even filed there in my brain.
Right.
It's like a completely different drink.
Yeah.
There's different leagues. I gotta say, like of coffee. There's like the commodity coffee that we all kind of know and love, and it's like pretty much like everyone's first outing with coffee is like at a Starbucks or if it's 7-Eleven or something, you know. That was like my first.
Yeah,
I think my first was like back before like McDonald's had like McCafe. I got a drip like
from there.
Yeah, from McDonald's, and I was like, I don't understand how the hell people enjoy this. Like, it was so hard to like drink a few sips.
I think
like
pre-McCafe McDonald's coffee was also because Mexican grandmas and moms like love it.
Yeah.
They just love like McDonald's coffee forever and always.
Yeah.
And I remember like having that and being like, how the fuck do you guys drink this?
Like,
but they load it up.
Like,
But then of course like sometimes they'll load it up with like all the coffees and creams. It's like, give me 10. Literally, my mom would order like McDonald's coffee, give me 5 sugars, 5 creams, and throw them all in. Like I would be there. She'd hand it to me in the passenger seat, be like, "Load me."
That's the Stanley recipe from The Office. You know,
No way.
Remember, you guys watch The Office?
Yeah,
got your 5 by 5, 5 sugars, 5 creams.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
But I mean, ultimately, like vanilla lattes are what sustain the industry.
Oh
yeah.
So you kind of have to like offer that because I mean some people just they need that
Do you guys do a pumpkin spice anything?
No.
Very controversially, no.
No.
I mean I think
Controversial like in the shop too.
I don't think so. I
mean,
don't think anyone in the shop was like demanding it.
I was going up to bat for a few customers. I was trying to see if we could, because we make everything ourselves and Louis comes up with a lot of the recipes and the profiles, and so they have to make sense. It has to kind of, I mean, like for the Mex Mocha, you know, like that was done in order to complement the coffee.
Yeah.
You know,
also, instead of the pumpkin spice, we did the pear spice for a while, and that was my favorite.
I don't think you. I think
Because she was pretty
if I'm here in the weekend, it's because I'm not camping, or I'll come before I go. You know, most of the time. But
Dude,
the pear spice was kind of like our answer to the pumpkin spice because we're like, it's still seasonal, it's still spicy. Yeah, it was in the Café de Olla.
Also like in a latte. I mean, ultimately, like all the flavors come from
so
like
the pear spice was in the Café de Olla.
Shelby got it. I had a.
There you go.
Yes,
so I did.
But like they all come from like the competition signature drinks that we do.
Oh yeah.
So like the Black Lodge is one of them where it's like honey syrup and coffee cherry bitters. Like, that was one that we like got cold brew championship with. First place.
That's amazing.
The pear spice was one that I competed with in Portland, where it was like pear spice, and then it was in a basically a café de olla, but that had rum in it.
Maybe I did have that.
I think you did.
One of the first times I came in, I think
it must have been.
I'm fairly certain.
Season,
I made you one.
Yeah. Now that we're saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So no pumpkin spice at Cosmic Bloom.
Okay,
but you can have a bunch of other super delicious dope shit.
Oh no, 100%. Like so, like me, I'm thinking my own like coffee journey when I realized I was like, dude, there's like a whole different profile beyond just creamy sweet. You know, I think I told you like Shelby's from Redlands, so they have a really good coffee place up there. It used to be called Augie's, but then a bunch of drama went down with the owners. So they actually formed a union, and then they opened a place called Slow Bloom. And when I would go visit Shelby, she'd be at work, and that would be my day off. So I just go farting around town. And I started going to, it was Augie's, and like a lot of her friends worked there and stuff. but they had a tonic. I don't remember what it was, but there was this like lavender
Probably an espresso
tonic and espresso.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was like, dude, what is this? It was like, and it wasn't love at first sight though. Like it was like, it's because I'd never tasted it before. It literally took me finishing the whole thing to be like, damn, that was really good.
Yeah.
Because at first, like, these flavors feel like not that they don't go together, but it's just completely new flavor and a complete new perspective of coffee. You know?
Yeah.
That's kind of, I think we ourselves enjoy those heavy floral sweeteners.
Yeah.
But that's still something that I enjoy about specialty coffee is that it is open like that. It's like, it can get weird, and it's almost like the people that want to.
It will get weird.
We're talking about.
They'll dive in. You know?
You overhear us chatting back there, and it will get weird.
We were talking about. I think we weren't recording it, but the flavor that's in the raspberry.
Oh, the Coke Nebula.
We got to get
Coca-Cola Nebula.
We got to get some of that up in here.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think we were talking about like how.
It's funny you bring that up.
Malic acids and like different sugars in coffee.
Yeah.
Almost like in the Captain Black, it almost tastes artificial. Like you like some like I forget who it was, but somebody was like cherry otter pop. And we were like, wait, what? Like
that's what it's super cooled down. All I get is cherry otter pop.
I'm gonna have to try.
Dude, now I want a cup like right now.
Dude, I strongly. Just if you are on the fence about coffee, just like don't take it hot. Try it cold. Try it in some weird stuff. Like
get weird with it.
Get weird with it.
Get weird with it.
Yeah.
The weird perspective.
Yeah.
Get
weird with it.
Weird with it.
I think we're about at an hour. You guys want to wrap it up?
That was
that's great.
Dude, obviously I'm going to see you guys often, and let's definitely do this again.
Down.
Like however often you guys want to. But because like I said, a lot of people see you guys' stuff and they're always asking. So hopefully everyone gets out there and hits up your website and gets some stuff. My personal favorite is the Pegasus thing, like especially for camping. I don't know why. I think this is my second refill of it.
Yeah.
The first is the Black Lodge. I feel like the Black Lodge it's like a very cozy at home morning coffee. For some reason, that Pegasus
it's a treat yourself coffee.
Yeah.
The Captain Black for sure. It's a treat yourself.
Yeah. So I would pick up both of them, honestly.
Sick.
Yeah. I highly suggest that because you can even make your own blends.
I was just gonna think about
everything we do here is single origin. We have single origin on the espresso.
Yeah.
It's also our drip coffee is single origin, which is it really surprises a lot of people, I think. Especially when they try the drip and it's nothing like they've ever tasted before. It just like for some people it's a turn off, but it's kind of funny because you separate the men from the boys, you know.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, we were gonna put a sign that's like home of the worst drip coffee that one old guy ever had.
Oh yeah. Yes,
that'd be awesome. Do you guys also? There's another thing I was going to ask you guys. Do you guys sell? Probably not, but I just figured like people are going to ask already ground.
No.
We don't, but if you're really really nice to us and super cool, we will grind it for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because what I was also thinking is, because I'm always like thinking, because I have a lot of new campers, right? So I'm assuming breaking into any new niche to get the new people drinking coffee, they're going to have these kinds of questions. Do you guys have on your website or anywhere, like, let's say you do buy a thing of beans, like, hey, this is the kind of size grind you want for whatever you can do. Most people will probably do drip first, I'm assuming. But I think that if you had something like that, do you guys have anything like that?
Yeah,
or,
I mean, like
websites.
We probably will. Yeah. We do have like
put in with every.
That'd be
like
sick.
On the website, we have a blog on immersion brewing.
Oh, okay.
So there's perfect. A little bit a grind setting there. We also have another cold brew, like it's kind of like how our brewing technique and our ratios and our grind size. So there's like places for people to look and like read up on like if you want to get tech and like nerd out on it, like definitely like I want to say it's like a big long like thing on cold brew.
Okay, cool.
And so there will be that. I think we can also do like an option to grind on the website.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming most people, I don't think most people have grinders or
Home grinders.
home grinders.
Yeah.
You know? Or they have a blade,
Yeah.
which is they
uh,
probably just pulverize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like honestly my first like grinder.
Oh,
Was
me too,
I
yeah.
just threw beans in a magic bullet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
I was like, dude, but even that
Oh,
made
yeah.
a huge difference.
It works really well
yeah.
for what it is, for sure. I like those magic
I
bullets.
think I was getting like just grocery store coffee and like throwing it in the magic bullet.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's part of the journey too. It's definitely if you're coming from just buying like pre-ground or even just like I bet you a lot of people come from like Folgers, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
100%.
absolutely. I mean, that's kind of why we gravitated towards putting our coffee in cans. Because everyone's familiar with like the Folgers like vibe and
Oh
like
yeah.
grew
We
up
all
with that
grew
in
up
their
on that.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little salute to the old school.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love that. So
Makes
and
it-
you guys, I guess, don't have them to order, but I want to shout out because every time we come in here with the fingerboards,
Oh, the Cosmic
Bloom
Fingerboard.
fingerboard.
But we are just big old fans of
Boom.
Yeah.
Which I think is so cool because you guys are just here, just like jacked up on caffeine, and I got to fidget with something.
Dude, for real though.
It's
For
like
real
the
though.
best.
And they were telling me the last time I was in here, dude, that's like the original fidget spinner. You know,
Yeah.
and I remember when they were popular. Like I feel like I was definitely still in elementary school.
Yeah.
The teachers fucking hated that noise.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, how many
It's like-
teachers do you think have like drawer full of tech
Oh.
decks? Like,
Yeah.
I bet
For
you,
real.
I bet you there's some gold mine at some
There's
school
guys.
that's in
Yeah.
it, you know, of just like all kinds of shit in there from like the tech deck boom.
Some teacher could make a killing reselling tech
Oh,
decks
my
right
God.
now.
Yeah, literally.
But I mean, I feel like honestly that came about was like in coffee culture, it's like a very heavy like art, music, kind of DIY culture.
yeah,
People who
yeah.
are in like really into coffee.
Yeah.
So like it just came about with like some of our like local homies that
We're also in
came
Vista.
and just
Yeah.
like pulled it out of their pocket one day and like because notice
Dude.
I think we had like tech decks.
We were playing. We literally were. We were playing. We were sessioning.
We were playing with toys.
We had a
This is
session.
not a
Yeah,
game.
we had a session.
Fingerboarding on the POS.
Yeah, that was definitely like our first month was just shredding the POS on these like toy machine tech decks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it was
it must have
Christian
been
from
Christian,
Wood.
yeah.
It was definitely the whole squad.
It was the squad.
Because I remember we
That's
were
true.
all like,
it was Christian and Casey.
It was
shout out to
yeah.
Slush
Casey,
Cole, Lynn
yeah,
Cole,
like, Loon, Casey, like, Zyler, like on the
Yeah.
hand skate, and we were just like,
it blew our minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just came out of it's a natural like we come from Vista, which is in skateboarding is a huge hub of skateboarding.
Yeah,
yeah. But also, I think it's like that scene is like very DIY, where
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, yeah.
all the graphics on the bottom are like usually original art by whoever's making the
Yeah,
deck,
totally.
and like
Yeah.
they're pressing them themselves and hand making.
like those are
everything.
applied.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's not like not
There's a
like-
craft to it. for sure.
Handcrafted,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It's like there's like little bearings in the wheels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna build a. And I noticed no one really sells completes but Slush. They have that beginner one. I think I might pick one up.
Yeah, yeah.
I would suggest that beginner one for sure because you can customize it.
Yeah.
You can get like better trucks or
Yeah,
Like a real
you know,
skateboard.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, seriously.
and you know it kind of scratches that itch of like
Fidget.
fidget, and you can definitely like imagine, you know,
yeah.
tiny version of yourself.
I mean, I
yeah.
can't kickflip crook.
but you
on
can
a
imagine you
skateboard,
could
but
like
I
that.
can do it on a fingerboard. sometimes.
I'm gonna start
And that's
crocheting some
just as
finger
cool.
pants.
No, seriously. little can be.
fits, yeah.
Dude,
Little
be
finger
sick.
fits.
Yeah, hell yeah. Dude, you want to plug some of your stuff too?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I love how you guys are also a community shop of just not just it's beyond coffee. I feel like every time I come in here, I see someone I know. Crazy. And two, it's like literally when like even when I'm just like doing stuff here and everybody comes in, it's like it doesn't feel like it's like a coffee shop. It's like all the homies are here. Like
Yeah.
you guys- but I think it's just 99% of the people you guys like know,
Yeah.
even if it's for or from coffee. So that's a huge reason why I fuck with you guys is you guys like it's a community hub as well.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. Yeah, we
For sure.
try to feature like, you know, we have our kombucha too that's bottled by our friend Mila at Elixir Labs. We have art that's up from like local artists.
Yeah,
It's available like for purchase. We have like teas
Fish
that are
Stick
being
Detective.
sold. Fish
Yes,
Stick Detective.
local
Kids book
author.
written by a local author.
Yeah.
Like we, you know, we were built by the community, and so we're trying to like make sure that like we build up the community in like the same way. So yeah, and and I do like crochet like at Bev Made, and the shoot that we recently did for the Alto Cold Brew like brewing kits includes some of my balaclavas, and we made it like really like cyberpunk, and it's like
Is
super
that what you guys are
sick.
working on? Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you guys always got the old school VHS. Dude, that TV's combo.
Combo, VHS TV.
Currently,
it's like the hospital TV.
Currently, it has eaten up the RoboCop 2 tape that we have.
Yeah.
So we use our home VCR.
So much.
That's fun. Tastiest tape, apparently.
Tastiest
It won't
tape.
spit it out, but it will keep playing.
Yeah.
RoboCop 2 on repeat, man.
I mean, not a bad tape to have stuck in there. For sure.
It's the old standby.
Yeah. So we have so we hooked up the other VCR, and so we get to like play all these like old VHS tapes, literally like from our childhood. Some of them.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I love watching you guys' stories because it like stimulates like nostalgia for me. Even too.
I think I've had friends like even just be like, "Oh, I honestly get on Insta in the morning to see what you guys are
watching."
playing.
Yeah. Whole library.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's a vibe in here.
Yeah,
for
dude,
sure.
so just way beyond coffee. Which is what's amazing. You know, like community coffee, art.
Yeah, it comes from us just being in those settings before.
Yeah, like the guys were saying, like it all overlaps. Like coffee, DIY, art, music, skating,
skate shops. Fucking Standards. Huge shout out to Standards.
Yeah.
Like they
Records,
have been holding it down here in Vista
forever.
For
15, 20 years?
Like 12, 13.
12, 15.
They're probably 13 now.
Damn, 13.
Yeah, because I remember
Something
when
like
I had my poetry thing, they had like an open mic.
Yeah.
This was probably like 2012. So
At least when they first,
for sure,
when they first opened, they had like way more performances. And
I think we were all involved in Backfence at one point too.
That's right. Backfence Society. It's like an art collective, like super DIY.
Oh yeah, I've done a few things with
Sarah.
Yeah. Actually, these facts that I have are from Sarah.
Same.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
I have
headed by Sarah.
The
local legend
moon here.
Yeah.
When the American was like at
in Bondsville.
Yeah.
Sick.
And then my mom got tatted from her too.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Sarah Spinks.
Yeah, we've done because I worked with because her nonprofit too is arts, and when I had when I was with Glassless Minds there too, like we did a couple collabs.
Dude, Glassless Minds, they were sick.
Yeah, man. It's so that's kind of the same thing too. Me with like camping through TikTok, it's like when all my past hobbies like combined into one to just like because I put poetry on there. I just bought an ocarina.
Dude,
so I'm learning all those Zelda songbooks.
So
dude, let us know, dude.
Yeah,
we would
gotta
love
get like
to
a
jam
camping jam sesh out there. Yeah.
We gotta go camping too.
Yeah.
We'll do one of the episodes when we're all camping, when it warms up a little bit because it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's getting only the psychopaths like me are out there right now. It's getting like 30s.
I'm like cold in here.
Dude, it gets pretty chilly in here. Where would be your first suggestion? Like I don't know.
To take us?
Yeah, like where would you take us, sir?
So I'll probably take you guys to either Doane Valley, which is Palomar Mountain. One, because it's close. Two, because like there's hot showers, flush bathrooms.
Yes.
And there's like
turkeys.
Yeah, there's turkeys there. There's a couple of little cool hikes there. There's like a little fishing pond.
Oh,
but
hell
like
yeah.
I feel like too, a lot of people like flush bathrooms is a big thing. You know, like not everybody's ready to go disperse and like crap in my famous poop bucket. Yeah. You know? Or also to same amenities, Paso Picacho out by Julian.
No.
Same vibe too, because I think they're at the kind of same elevation. But those are like my first time campers go-to campgrounds.
Yeah.
They're a little bit harder to get reservations at, but there's a few apps that I use that you can get. So I think on one of the podcasts I talked about, it's called Camp Flare. So if anyone wants to go out and like, basically it just puts you on a waiting list, and if it opens up, it'll email you and then you can book it.
Oh,
Nice.
sick.
Yeah. Because a lot of the campgrounds around here, those main ones, because there's so many amenities, are like booked for like 6 months out, unless you're going to go on like a Tuesday, like, weekday or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's usually just for a couple nights. But I think it'd be dope. We can do a coffee out there. Like,
Be down.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm
I have
down.
never made a coffee outdoors, like in
yeah.
a setting like that.
yeah.
Dude, I will say, I think I took not instant coffee, but like the tea bag style.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
the
nice.
first time I went to Parsons Landing.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
And
Yeah, out
I
at
didn't
Catalina?
taste it like before I went, so like it was awful. Like the coffee that I took, and I was so bummed out there. Like
Dude,
this
that
coffee
sucks.
sucks.
Was it the coffee or just like
It was the coffee.
Okay, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
bad.
Because I think the first time I had a steep was the Steady State.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Oh, yeah.
steeps that are good.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
just the bad coffee.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, heck no.
Yeah, and I like bought it for the trip, so I was like, oh, sick. Like,
A whole bunch.
I didn't even drink it like before.
Yeah. Dang.
Damn.
That's a bummer. Because you got to be
Yeah.
stuck with it the whole time. Too.
Yeah.
So now it's just like I kind of just make cold brew. I feel like.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, honestly, like camping, the AeroPress makes a decent cold brew. And then
Oh.
you just stir it. Because like I do the inverted method. So I turn upside down and just keep stirring it for like a minute and a half and then plunge it through. And it's like pretty good for like that quick and cold. Like,
Yeah.
That's what I do. Like then in the summer, I'll like hit one of those like in the afternoon, like when it's hot. And it's like decent,
Yeah, it's good.
Do you use cold water to extract it?
Yeah. So it's just like whatever
Oh.
temperature is out there,
Oh.
So I basically put the AeroPress, turn it upside down, put my grounds in, pour just like outside temperature water in there. And then I saw the technique from like the founder of AeroPress. These are just, instead of just stirring it for 30 seconds, stir it for a full 90 seconds
Yeah.
and plunge it. And it's pretty good. Like
Damn.
it's really the flavors I thought it'd be like bland, almost like it didn't steep enough, but it's pretty good. And then my friend has this, I forget what it's called, but you know how the AeroPress comes out in like all the little holes? It makes it just one hole.
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
pressurized.
Yeah.
filter.
That was even better with that when we did the cold brew, our last camping
Ooh.
trip. It was like espresso-y almost, like a cold espresso. It's definitely different.
That
than
sounds
different.
so
It
good.
basically like I think the way that it works is it makes it so there's more resistance.
Yeah.
So like when you're doing it, there actually is more pressure.
Yeah, which
To be pulling more.
extracts-
Yeah, we'll
probably.
extract more.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, we can. When we go, I'll literally bring all my camping methods.
We'll bring a
Dude,
clutter.
yeah, we'll cup all the different coffees and then do a blind taste test of all the different methods. Like that'd be so sick.
Hell yeah. We should podcast the cupping.
Yes.
Out
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
This is all supposed to
And
be
dude, the ASMR sips would go off.
just a whole full clips reel of.
Oh my god, dude. The sips during a cupping are so silly. It's the silliest sound all
Are
the
you
time.
supposed to sip with air, kind of like ramen?
Oh yeah. You gotta slurp that shit up.
Hell
Dude, you
yeah.
gotta slurp. There's like
Mhm.
people who like are extra too. Like
Yeah.
they're like
Yeah.
no. Honestly, we were like when we were down at the prelims, there was this one dude. He's a roaster, and he was slurping, and I swear I heard a bird in the building. It was just like how he was slurping.
Ask this dude.
Yeah, dude,
Sound
and it
barrier.
was like I was like, I swear to God, where is that bird? Like looking around,
That's
Dude,
so-
he's shredding coffee molecules just
dude. Yeah, it was gnarly.
Sometimes when I'm eating hot, like temperature-wise hot food, I'm like, and I have this little whistle that happens.
Yeah,
You just hitting that line. Yeah. You like popsicles?
Hey, Chris.
Oh, dude, that'd be super dope. Yeah. Yeah.
be tasty, man. That'd be really, really interesting to kind of see like
Yeah,
how
it'd be
the
super
clean air
fun.
would affect,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because like I said, because like we're constantly, the whole premise of camping too is like the philosophy of like you're out there where you don't have control, but you're constantly trying to control everything. And that goes to like temperature of like not just coffee, but like, you're fighting the wind, you're fighting the temp, you're fighting the elevation. So we were talking on another podcast that like, are we just like this weird relationship with control out there with camping? Because it's like, basically, eventually, you're just going to be bringing all your shit from inside outside. You're just outside, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. That's why like before I used to bring all my coffee waste, and I would just pick in the morning. That was kind of fun. I'm like, I don't need all of this shit all the time. You know?
Yeah.
So I just settled with a regular pour over. That's my favorite to do. And because like it's all collapsible too. Because a lot of times campers want stuff that's compact and doesn't weigh a lot too. And like even one of the most popular pour over hiking things, it's a collab with I think it's Patagonia and it's like MRII.
Mur.
Yeah. MIIR. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a collab. And I think they're these little, I don't think they're titanium because they're kind of heavy, but they're like origamied and they kind of slip in together and make this little triangle.
I have seen that.
Yeah. That's the most popular. And then some people have the reusable filters too, because a lot of outdoors industries are very environmentally conscious too. It's like even using the AeroPress, like realizing you can reuse those paper filters a few times and they're like fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they sell like the screen one too. But that's one of the things that I'm just like with my pour overs, I like a clear, clean cup of coffee. Yeah. And like I've tried a bunch of reusable ones and nothing's like that. So
it's a tough
I try to get the organic ones, you know.
Yeah.
Without the plastics and stuff. Microplastics.
But no filter has matched just a straight paper filter.
It's hard to beat a classic.
Yeah.
It's just
because as soon as single use, as soon as you use that thing for the second time, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
I mean, part of those brewing techniques, honestly, is all in the filter. It's like the
I've heard like free wetting too, and you know,
just different techniques. But like what shines in like a V60 is mainly the filter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was wondering because when I bought that Lily drip, they were saying like compatible with V60s. Like, what does that even mean?
Dude, the V60.
V60 is like it's like the number one
gold standard
ceramic. It's a actual like cone that Hario, the Japanese company, made. And so they kind of standardized like single serve pour overs.
It was that good that this invention is now the standard.
Wait, is it ceramic or is it a paper filter?
It's a ceramic cone that holds the paper filter.
It's kind of like the Clevers a little bit.
Okay.
So some of that actually went to inspire, I think, the Clever drip. It was like the V60 method.
Yeah, like the V60. Hario also makes like a similar to the Clever drippers.
Okay.
It's a glass version called the Switch. Okay. So they call it the Switch because there's a little switch at the bottom where you can hit it, and after it's done steeping to filter it out.
I think you said that. My bird grinder for camping is a Hario one.
Yeah.
But it's glass, so I'm always like, I hope I don't break this one day. Do they? You know if they sell like a metal?
Yes.
Yeah, they do have like plastic and metal, like stainless.
Once mine breaks, which I hope it doesn't, but that's the other time.
They're pretty hardy.
Yeah, that's thick. It's thick glass.
Yeah.
Actually, if you want like to really upgrade it, Comandante makes a like stainless grinder.
Oh,
they're like 300 bucks for a hand grinder.
Yeah,
dude, but it looks like
honestly,
a pepper,
like
grinder.
Yeah,
most people who are like competing with single serve brews are using those hand grinders because they're so like precise and like
you can get that grind exactly how you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
I think that's also an underrated step.
Oh,
the
grind. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking too. Because like when I first got my first bird grinder, I didn't realize how much of a difference it would make, especially for cold brew when you need that thicker grind. Because the blade they're just everywhere. It's like, you know, it's like throwing sand at a fan or like mud at a fan. Just gonna like chop it up, like, oh, okay. Some pieces are pulverized and then half of it's like still whole beans. It's like,
it's like Wolverine got in there.
So the consistency thing is huge. And I know, like I said, I know a lot of people are just getting into coffee are gonna run into all those problems that we run into, you know. That can make or break your experience, you know.
Oh,
definitely,
yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
But I think for camping, a lot of people are gear nerds. So anything that has to do with like little nuance and like deep, like some of the a lot of the stuff coming out of Japan, like a big topic right now is like Japanese camping culture. They have, I'll send you guys some of these videos. They're like little boxes, right, that fold out with like little glass vials and like grinders. I don't know what they are. You guys probably know. And it's like literally a coffee box dedicated just like a coffee station, and like a little wood table pulls out, and like all this like, and it's all like ASMR-y, a lot of it too. But I'm like, dude, they're like ahead of the game. Like in camping.
Japanese design too in general is like
efficient.
Yeah, I mean they're like Hario, especially for tea stuff. They make like beautiful like glass and ceramic tea.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, which I'm like, I don't even drink that much tea. I just want it for the gear.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It makes the difference, though. It also makes your experience and relationship to that hobby a little, you know, like if you have like that reverence for it, you want to get kind of the best stuff that you can.
Yeah.
You know,
and I think too, like part of the one of the philosophies that like I'm exploring camping so much is like taking activities and slowing them down. So like coffee, you know, people are so like drive through coffee, boom.
Yeah.
But out like if you're, and I think that's why it comes hand in hand with outside. It's like it's a even like the whole time there, it's like it's a ritual, and it takes you know 5, 10, 15. You can drag it out longer, you know, like you can do different things for coffee. But like every activity I do outside, I'm like I'm building this like library of like, or like photography is kind of thinking too with star photos, timed exposures. Like you're required to slow down because you have to have your camera exposing for 30 seconds. And in that 30 seconds, you're like looking up at the stars, you know?
Yeah.
So coffee's kind of like that for me outside.
Yeah. I feel like camping, if you're going camping, you're inherently trying to slow down. You know, you're getting out of like your everyday like cycle and routine and stuff like that. So people who like neglect that aspect of it, I think, you know, coffee and like making a ritual of it just aligns with like what camping does for people. You know, 100%. It gives you a space to like breathe and like slow down and really kind of like take care of yourself too, because you're like doing it for yourself. Yeah.
Or your loved ones or your friends.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like cooking too. But it's like, so even Japan is like a camping culture is like that as well. Like I work with a brand called Snow Peak, and their whole like philosophy is like you're not just setting up a tent, you're setting up like a living space for your family where you're going to sleep, you're going to dream,
right?
You know, like it's a hangout spot too.
Yeah.
Where a lot of like American camping culture is like set up that shit, like it's so easy and so quick to set up.
Yeah.
Fucking in and out like 2 minutes, which is nice, especially if you're just going out for like a one-night trip. Like I just bought a Gazelle tent. It's the easiest tent to set up. You know, it's really great. But the style of Gazelle tent I had, I wouldn't have got it unless I was able to get a Snow Peak tent first, which is that Japanese brand that shows you that a tent can be so much more than just somewhere to sleep when you're camping.
Elevating your experience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so seeing these
that's really cool.
Seeing these little these little coffee dedicated stations that are like all compact.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like especially in the States, most people are like, why would you carry that much fucking gear for coffee? But like these videos are like, you know, 3 minutes, they're cut too. So obviously it's taking them longer to do it. But you just see so much of the art, the ritual, you know, the connection with nature and, you know, the coffee and your drink and the whole experience of consuming something outside. It's like,
it almost feels like the intersection of like humanity and nature coming together 100%. Like outside. That's interesting that it's like, it's almost like you're presenting nature with this thing that's man-made, it's man-produced or something, you know, from the earth. That's cool.
Yeah. And through a perspective of technology or different methodology of brewing.
Yeah.
That's very, on that tip is like I don't know if we talked about this on camera, but that like we are heavily influenced by Cosmos, by like Carl Sagan.
Yeah.
And I think the first time that we talked about Cosmic Bloom, you told me like, you described it to me as like that cosmic perspective from like Carl Sagan's book.
I mean, I think it was like, because I used part of that in like my presentation where I put like one coffee bean in front of the judges and was like, I had just read that Billions and Billions, and I was like, so think about it, like of all the billions and billions of coffee that's being grown and produced and roasted all around the world, like we have, I've brought to you this specific experience. And it was the coffee that I had in the hopper that I was like brewing at that time.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, those specific beans, like that's another thing that's really humbling in the industry, is that like how many hands have actually touched those beans as it goes from the growers, and then it goes on to the people who process the coffee. So whether they turn it to a washed, a natural, a honey, regardless, then it moves on to them. And then it's the people who like basically, because on farms it's stored in like parchment. So then the people who process it from parchment to what they call green gold, like in Spanish, it's oro verde.
Yeah,
like they literally call green coffee green gold.
Yeah.
And so then it goes to those people, and then it goes to the importers, who then send us samples, and then we say yes, we order the coffees, then it comes to us.
Yeah.
We roast the coffee, and then we pass it off, and then it goes to the barista, or if we're the barista, regardless, then it goes to that step, and then from there it ends up into like whoever orders the coffee's hand. So there's like all the different steps, and like it's really humbling to think about, because you're like, I just paid $5 for this like cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Where most people like, won't even think twice about spending like $200 on a bottle of wine, that it took half of the effort, like as a cup of coffee, where it's like, it was $5. Like even if it was $10 for,
I paid $12 for my replacement.
Right. Yeah.
But even
in a paper cup, goddammit.
Dude, he could have watched a mug.
I know. Dude, I was like, I'm not coming back here yet.
Yeah.
Then I couldn't even get work done because I was so pissed. Like, damn.
I mean,
you didn't get work done anyway.
Yeah.
Should have just come here.
Yeah. But like that, I feel like that's a beautiful way to put just slowing down the perspective. And then literally when you slow it down that much, that's when you kind of think of like the same thing as all the atoms in the cosmos.
Yeah.
It's the macro view.
Yeah.
It's
like those,
macro.
the journey, not just of like you as a person, but that coffee, what it took to get out to wherever you are.
Yeah.
Like
all your cosmic atoms and all those they had to meet at one spot.
They're meeting at that spot, and like ultimately their journey like is ending right there.
Yeah.
With that coffee that you're brewing.
Yeah. So, slow down a little bit. Enjoy that cup of coffee.
100%.
Coffee's more than just like
that
a caffeine source.
Yeah. So if anybody getting into coffee or that orders, do whatever you want at first, but slow it down. Don't.
Yeah.
I love that, because in my head, like the new perspectives, like of the entire process of enjoying, drinking new flavors.
Yeah.
Making, grinding.
And then it's all about, again, like that bringing that essence down to our community. Like having 100%. That feeling in here is pretty important to us. Like, as welcoming as it feels in here, it's also like, it's crazy that we all met, we all did this, like, we're here right now. It's like,
we're like the living, like,
what we were just talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
You're being out of
literally.
The way this whole thing came together, the way we all came together, it's like too cosmic to like ignore. And it's just when you think of it on that level, it tastes so much sweeter.
Yeah. Like even in my journey with like TikTok and like being outside, it's like there's certain things that happen because once you kind of get a little following, a lot of different stuff happens, and a lot of stuff feels weird.
Yeah.
Like relationships that you have like with brands and stuff, but like I feel like we guys harm, man. Like it's like so dope, and I think all my followers say that. Like that's why I feel like there's even some of them that aren't coffee drinkers, but I gotta make this shit look good.
Dude, I mean, like the Guinness beer.
Exactly.
When you make it look good, you're like, oh.
Yeah, if it looks sexy enough, you're gonna want it.
Yeah, so I'm like trying to like get out. Like I don't know, man. I just love it, dude. I feel like part of something when I'm out there brewing your guys'.
Oh, thank you.
Beans,
you are,
like,
dude.
And I love it so much. I want to bring other people.
Dude, the feeling is mutual, by the way. We love seeing. Just it's like I think it tickles all of us whenever we're here and like we go on the stories and we're just like,
oh shit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we show each other. We're like, just eat
Did you see
Camptopology. Yeah. Dude, we're so hyped all the time. Yeah.
Dude, I love it. And
I
he
mean,
does as
yeah,
well,
and
so.
honestly, like that's one of the reasons we like do so much attention to detail, because like you take the can out to wherever you're camping, and
Yeah.
it's like an extension of our shop
Oh,
out wherever, or like people
yeah.
ordering online who like can't make it to the shop.
Yeah.
Like that's an
yeah.
extension of something
Yeah.
that you can have.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the can, like, it's not like a bag where you just throw it away. Like it's like
it's a dope can.
it's cool. Like,
and if you're local, you guys refill them.
Yeah, you can refill them.
Yeah, refill them with,
I mean, you can
whatever
even
the next
take
thing
it
you
to the
wanna try.
grocery store and refill it with whatever coffee
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it
As long
can-
as you're promoting the can, you don't need
That's what it is.
yeah, throw some Folgers in there.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, that'd be sick. Hell yeah.
Full journey. Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, I'm so glad we got to do this, y'all. We'll definitely do it again.
Yes.
Again, cosmicbloomcoffee.com, Instagram, TikTok. I'm always tagging you guys, so I'm sure we'll get some followers and stuff. But thank you guys so much for always just being here and just for holding it down for the community and just literally the dopest shop. Like I was going to so many. I'm so glad you guys opened. Like I went to a couple around here too. But the same thing, reiterate, it's not the same vibe. It's like you go there and like everybody's kind of doing their own thing. Like it doesn't have a community feel. Like it's not the move. Cosmic Bloom's the move.
Well, like
Thank
if
you, dude.
you're
Yeah.
local or just want to visit, come be a part of the community.
100%.
You know?
100%.
Like there's so many people that we've met, including you, that I feel really lucky to have met you, and
Yeah.
I know we
Oh my
all
gosh,
feel the
yeah.
same. You know,
Oh, dude,
like
yeah.
there's
Mutually,
a lot of people that we are meeting in this space.
And like I said, one of my first times in here, Charlie walked in. And
Dude,
like
Yeah.
he
How crazy is
designed
that?
all my Camp Anthropology designs. And I was like, dude, this is one of those things where it's like, he doesn't even live, he lives in LA now.
Yeah, but
know?
it's crazy because like I think we all worked like, or at least like met Charlie and did stuff together at Backfans. Like he was part
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
yeah.
It goes back.
I mean, he did the design for the Kodo coffee.
I know.
too.
And when and that's
Like-
before, that was like a long time ago too.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah. So like it's like one of those things, everything just like lines up and just like living life in a way like that. And that's what I'm trying to do nowadays. It's like, live life in a way where like you feel that like visceral feeling of like moving through this planet in this lifetime.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
for
feel the
sure.
vibes of like other people too, like, dude, that fuck with this. These are the people,
Yeah.
the mission, this is just what I want to be around. So that's
Yeah.
what I feel
Dude,
like
it's
I've
Just
seen.
out here trying to like attract that energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%. So hell yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for being a
Appreciate
part
it,
of
man.
it. Yeah.
So we'll do it again, like I said, everyone. Until next time, we'll see you later. Peace.
Oh,
Gotta land something on here.
oh shit.
You-
Oh, sorry, Mike. Dude, Roland, when are you getting mirrors?